Mara and Lara grew up together in a small town. They are inseparable childhood friends, spending their days playing, studying, and going to church together. Their bond is unbreakable, and they are always there for each other through thick and thin. Welcome back to Esther's Tales channel. If it's your first time, be sure to watch and subscribe to always stay tuned. Mara and Lara were both full of dreams and aspirations. They both talked of how famous they'll be. Mara will always narrate how great she wants to attain in life and how she'll use her resources to be of great help to people. Lara, on the other hand, aspired greatness too, but do not want anyone to be ahead of her. I hear, Mara will always say. You talk as if you're God. Soon, they both made it to the same state university in Nigeria, though in different departments. They continued to support each other through the ups and downs of their academic lives. Graduation day arrived, and both were filled with excitement about what the future holds. After finishing their degrees, both Mara and Lara landed jobs at a prestigious company, but in different departments. Mara quickly started to excel, impressing the higher ups with her diligence, creativity, and work ethic. Meanwhile, Lara felt like she's always one step behind, working hard but not receiving the same recognition. As Mara successfully completed a major project, winning a high-value contract for the company, she was promoted to a higher position and her salary increased significantly. Her success fueled Lara's jealousy. She couldn't help but felt envious of her childhood friend's achievements. Her jealousy transformed into bitterness. One day, the company announced that they will be hosting a grand dinner to celebrate Mara's contributions towards the growth of the company. Mara was excited, preparing to attend with her colleagues. Lara, however, hatched a plan to bring Mara down once and for all. Lara went to a boutique to purchase a stunning gown for the dinner. She bought two beautiful gowns, one for herself and the other for Mara. She later stopped by a herbalist shop after to get an oil that promises to make skin glow. All her plans was to sabotage Mara at the event. When she got at the apartment that evening, she presented the beautiful gown to her. Mara was so happy and thanked her for her act of kindness. Next, she reached out to her bag and brought out a small bottle containing a liquid substance. Here you go. I got this for you too. This is an oil. Apply it after your shower. It will make your skin to glow. I want you to look all stunning. Lara told Mara that she got same glowing oil for herself too. I want us to look even more beautiful for the party. Mara thanked her the more, but not knowing that she had an evil intention. The evening to the party, Mara applied the oil to her skin before leaving. As the both arrived at the venue, Mara started to feel a strange itching sensation, followed by weakness. At first, she tried to ignore it, but the feeling became unbearable. Her colleagues noticed her discomfort. Concerned, they rushed her to the hospital. Doctors couldn't figure out the cause of her condition. She became weaker by the minute, scratching her skin uncontrollably. One of her colleagues suggested that they visit a prophet who might be able to uncover the truth. They took her to the prophet, and after prayers, the prophet revealed that someone close to Mara was behind the affliction. Someone close to her? Who could this be? One of the colleagues asked. The person who gave you a gift yesterday was the one who had put the curse on you, said the prophet. Mara's mind raced to and fro, remembering that it was Lara who gave her a beautiful gown and a glowing skin oil yesterday. How can Lara, my childhood friend? She had doubt in her mind, but at a second thought, she wondered why she didn't join her and her colleagues to the hospital and haven't called ever since they left the event to know their whereabouts. Mara couldn't believe it as Lara's behavior didn't sit well with her. But at the same time, she wasn't in a haste to make up a conclusion. The prophet instructed her not to pass the night in her house that night. So Mara followed Biola, one of her colleagues, to her apartment. All through the night and the next day, as colleagues from her company kept calling to know the state of her health, never did Lara call. Mara had to call Lara's line to know if she's okay, but she didn't pick. Hours later, Biola called her with her phone, and this time, Lara picked and never asked after Mara, even when she learned from one of the colleagues that Mara was at Biola's place. Mara was shocked and heartbroken to learn that the friend she had trusted for years has turned against her in such a vile way. The prophet's words are clear. Lara's envy and jealousy were the driving forces behind her actions. In no time, Mara began to heal, regaining her strength speedily. By the time she returned, she confronted Lara, hoping for an explanation, but Lara showed no remorse. She was cold and unapologetic, still consumed by jealousy and hatred. She doesn't care about their friendship anymore, only about her own desire to bring Mara down. Realizing how toxic the relationship has become, Mara distanced herself from Lara. As Mara continued to rise in her career, securing more contracts and promotions, Lara became more bitter. She watched from the sidelines, consumed by rage and jealousy. Every success that Mara has only fuels her anger. One day, after hearing that Mara was about to get married to a wealthy billionaire, Lara's jealousy reached its peak. She became obsessed with the idea of destroying Mara's happiness. She believed that if she can't have success, then neither should Mara. Determined to take action, Lara tried to find a way to ruin Mara's life for good. But as she hurried to meet with a native doctor in an attempt to finish what she had started, fate had other plans. As she stepped out of the taxi and tried to cross the busy road, a car lost control and hit her, instantly killing her. Passerby gathered to watch, and one person recognized her, and then he put a call across to her friend, Mara. Mara's heart was broken when the sudden news filtered her ears. She rushed to the place of the scene with Biola and few of her colleagues. On reaching there, they were told that they've taken the body to the mortuary. The very guy that called Mara to inform her of the incident handed Lara's hand back to her when she arrived. Mara located the place with her colleagues, and behold, the news was indeed true. She wept bitterly, remembering how far they've come before the change of attitude. Mara didn't pass the night in her house. She slept at Biola's. But before her bedtime, She thought of calling Lara's family to notify them. Reaching to Lara's bag to pick up her phone, she noticed several missed calls on Lara's phone and the messages that kept popping in and up. The message she saw next kept her speechless. Biola noticed how cold she suddenly became and her mouth wide open. She walked towards her to find out the problem. Biola became dumbfounded when she read the message of how Lara had called someone to murder Mara, but because the person was out of town, she came up with the idea of visiting a native doctor before the accident which led to her death. The two friends, Mara and Biola, couldn't believe what they just read. Wow, Lara, planning to kill you, Mara. Jesus, this is unbelievable. For the past 3 hours, Mara kept pondering, where, how, and when did I ever wrong Lara that she has been planning to kill me? Sleep disappeared from her eyes. She later summoned courage the next day to call Lara's family to brief them on the incident. Weeks passed. Mara had to accept the reality and moved on with her life. Her relationship with her billionaire fiancé climaxed into a proper marriage. She continued to excel in her career and lived a peaceful life. Months later, she attended Lara's funeral with her husband, reflecting on the painful yet ultimately redemptive journey her life has taken. She never imagined that her best friend would become her greatest adversary, but she has learned to let go and move forward. Thank you for watching. Hope you gained value.